to a new session at Graduate Guru. We are doing valuation of shares and goodwill, and in that now we are on the last part where we are doing a comprehensive sum which includes goodwill plus valuation of shares. So let's read question number 17. Following is the balance sheet of Happy Limited as on 31st March 2019. Liability side, we have been given preference shares of rupees 10 each, fully paid. 27,000 equity shares of 10 each, fully paid. General reserve, P&L account, 8% debentures, sundry payables. Land and building on the asset side, machinery, furniture, 6% government securities, and they've given face value is 30,000, market value is 42,000. और बैलेंस शीट के रुपीस कॉलम में अमाउंट है 36,000. So there are three different values. What we have to remember is face value is used to calculate the income. Market value will help us to find out if there is a revaluation. तो market value हम use करेंगे. And the amount given in the balance sheet column is nothing but the cost. So that is the amount for which the company must have purchased those investments. Sundry receivables is also there, stock, cash bank, and miscellaneous expenditure not written off. This is fictitious asset, we are anyway going to ignore it. You are required to calculate the fair value of equity shares. Consider the yield value on the basis of dividend as well as earnings. So we are going to do basic three methods. Intrinsic value, जो कि हमारे assets पे based होगी, assets and liabilities. Then we'll have yield value based on dividend. We will also have yield value based on earnings. और फिर इन तीनों का average हम निकालेंगे, which will give us the fair value. Following additional information is provided. Average annual profit before tax is already given to us. So we don't have to make the full calculation for FMP. Before tax FMP is already given to us. Rate of tax is given. 15,000 is transferred to general reserve every year. So that's the transfer to reserve. We know that there are certain places where we have to take the profit after the transfer to the reserve. So step by step as we go to the sum, we'll see where to use what. Normal rate of return is given for similar business. Consider goodwill at 4 years purchase of super profit. So they are expecting us to value goodwill also. So we'll have to first value goodwill. Then using that goodwill, we will value our shares. Dividend at 10% is declared by similar companies. So this information is going to help us to calculate our normal rate of dividend, which is given by other companies. Where market value is rupees 102 per share. So जिन companies का market value 102 है, और they've also said face value being 100. So market value 102, face value 100. ऐसी companies 10% dividend declare कर रही है. So we'll see how to use that in our sum. Land and building is to be revalued at rupees 1,05,000 and investments to be revalued at the given market value. So obviously this we are going to use for calculating our assets for shareholders as well as the capital employed, which we'll use for goodwill. So let's begin the sum, and first and foremost I'm going to value goodwill. Then we'll see what has to be done about the shares. So our first working is going to be for goodwill. And they've given us the method for valuing the goodwill. So our goodwill is 4 years purchase of super profits. So super profits into 4 years. Right? So I need my super profits. Super profits nahi hai. I'll leave that blank for now. When we get that amount, we'll fill it up here. Multiply by 4 and that will give us our goodwill. So our next step obviously is for calculation of super profits, and that is equal to our average profit or FMP minus normal profit. Okay, So just now I'm considering that we don't have the average profit because there are some adjustments which I need to do. So after doing those adjustments, we'll get our final average profit, and we also don't have our normal profit. So I'll leave both of that blank. When we get it, we'll get our super profit. So the next step I have to take is average profits. Now for average profits, they have already given us an average annual profit, but that is given before tax. Plus balance sheet में अगर investments है, that is 6% government securities जो है, that is our investment. Nothing is mentioned whether it is trading or non-trading. In that case, I assume that it is non-trading. और अगर investments non-trading है, तो उसका income, उसका interest should not be included in my profit when I am valuing goodwill. For share valuation it is included, but for goodwill valuation I have to exclude. So पहले हम वो adjustment करेंगे. So we'll start with the given profit, and that profit is given to us before tax. And the amount given is 153,600. And as I said, we will subtract our non-trading income. We'll remove the non-trading income from that. So minus non-trading income, which is nothing but our investment income. And we'll do that calculation. And as I told you when we were reading the sum, interest या income calculate करने के लिए we will use the face value. So face value is given to us as 30,000. Rate वहीं पर दे दिया है in the balance sheet 6%. So 30,000 into 6% is our yearly income. So let's calculate that. 30,000 into 6% is 1,800. So this profit obviously is the total profit which includes this income. So I am removing that income. So 153,600 minus 1,800, we get 151,800, and this is our trading profit or the FMP that we say, but this is before tax. Right? So we have to subtract the tax from that because I generally need an after tax profit. The tax rate given in adjustment B is 50%. So minus tax at 50%. So 50% of this is 75,900. So obviously the after tax profit is also 75,900. So this is our FMP or average profit after tax. Okay, let's take that over here. Average profit 75,900. That is one part of our this calculation. हमें और क्या चाहिए यहाँ पर? Normal profit. So now let's go to step number 4. Normal profit. And normal profit, we have the formula capital employed into NRR, right? Normal rate of return. I've used the short form over here for capital employed, so just pay attention to that. Capital employed is something that we will have to calculate. It's not directly given in the sum. NRR is given to us, adjustment D. Normal rate of return for similar business is 9%. So into 9%. So whatever capital employed we get, we'll use that over here. So that brings us to our next step, which is calculation of our capital employed. So as you are seeing, I'm going everywhere step by step. So जहाँ पर हमने formula लिखा, हमें जो चाहिए, that becomes our next step, so that we don't lose any contact or any connection about what we have to do next in the sum. So capital employed, we'll start with assets. And we'll start making the list of assets from our balance sheet. We have land and building. We also have machinery. We have furniture. Investment जो है, what are we valuing? We are valuing goodwill. Investment क्या है? Non-trading, जबकि goodwill is a trading asset. So when we are valuing goodwill, we ignore investment. So यहाँ पर I'm not going to write down investment. We go to receivables. Sundry receivables is given. There is also stock and cash bank. Now let's write the amounts. All the amounts are from the balance sheet except one. See the last adjustment which says land and building is to be revalued at 1,05,000. So land and building I'm going to take from that adjustment 1,05,000. Remaining everything we'll take from our balance sheet. So machinery is 1,50,000. Furniture is 30. Receivables is 1,17,000. Stock is 1,38,000 and cash is 15,000. So we'll take a total of all our assets. 1,05,000 plus 1,50,000 plus 30 plus 1,17,000 plus 1,38,000 plus 15, we get 5,55,000. That's our total assets, and from this we subtract our liabilities. Liability side, we have two outside liabilities. One is debentures and one is payables. So 8% debentures and sundry payables. So our debentures is 60,000 and our payables is 45,000. So our total liability is 1,05,000. We will subtract it from 5,55,000 and we get 4,50,000 as our capital employed. Okay. Here I am repeating again, investments मैंने ignore किए हैं because we are valuing goodwill. Goodwill के लिए non-trading assets जो भी है वो ignore करते हैं. Even the fictitious asset, miscellaneous expenditure, that is not a real asset. यहाँ पे सिर्फ real assets लेते हैं. So 4,50,000 I will put over here. And now let's calculate our normal profits. So 4,50,000 into 9%, we get 40,500. So that's our normal profit. So let's bring this 40,500, our normal profit, over here. And we'll calculate our super profit. So 75,900 जो हमारा average profit था, minus 40,500, we get 35,400 as our super profit. Let's take that over here and we multiply it by 4 and we get our goodwill 141,600. So this is our first step which we have completed जहाँ पे हमें goodwill ढूंढना था. But this was not only about goodwill. Now we have to value our shares. और shares को हमें 3 अलग methods से value करना है. Intrinsic value, yield value on dividend, yield value on earnings, and then finally a fair value. So let's move to our second step, which is calculation of intrinsic value of shares. फॉर इंट्रिंसिक वैल्यू हमारा फॉर्मूला क्या है? वैल्यू पर शेयर इज इक्वल टू फंड्स फॉर इक्विटी शेयर होल्डर्स अपॉन नंबर ऑफ इक्विटी शेयर्स. सो फंड्स फॉर इक्विटी शेयर होल्डर्स के लिए हमें कैलकुलेशन करना पड़ेगा. बट नंबर ऑफ इक्विटी शेयर्स आई हैव इन द बैलेंस शीट. We'll see our number of equity shares given in the balance sheet is 27,000. Be sure that you take equity shares and not preference shares over here. So 27,000 is our number of equity shares. Once we get our funds, we'll get our value per share. So let's go to our next step for funds for equity shareholders. Now generally funds के लिए हम assets लेते हैं, assets minus liabilities, and that is already done over here by us for our capital employed. हमने already 4,50,000 calculate किया है by doing our assets minus liabilities. So I'll start with that for funds. So we begin with the capital employed, which we have already calculated, which is 4,50,000. Now हमने यहाँ पे क्या वैल्यू किया? We valued goodwill. Why did we value goodwill? Because we wanted to value shares based on the new value of goodwill. So हम goodwill की वैल्यू भी वहां पर ऐड कर देंगे. So plus goodwill, the amount that we just got, 141,600. Now जब हमने यहाँ पर assets लिए, we ignored one asset. What was that? Non-trading investment जो हमारा था, government securities, we did not write that over here because हम goodwill value कर रहे थे. But when we value shares, non-trading assets also become a part of the funds. Because asset अगर non-trading हो या trading हो, दोनों types के assets belong to our equity shareholders. So that also we will add over here. Plus non-trading investments, which is our government securities. And government securities की हमारे पास तीन values हैं. One we have is face value, one market value, और जो balance sheet में बाहर amount है वो है cost. So over here they have said that investments are to be revalued at market value. So we are going to use our market value of 42,000 over here. So let's add these three assets. 4,50,000 plus 141,600 plus 42,000. We get 633,600. We can call that our net assets. Now this is the total net assets of the company. लेकिन कंपनी में दो तरह के शेयर होल्डर्स हैं, एक इक्विटी और एक प्रेफरेंस. सो ये जो नेट एसेट्स है इसमें सम पार्ट बिलोंग्स टू द प्रेफरेंस शेयर होल्डर्स. सो वो हमें निकाल देना है. सो माइनस प्रेफरेंस शेयर कैपिटल विच इज गिवन इन आवर बैलेंस शीट. बैलेंस शीट में प्रेफरेंस कैपिटल है 90,000. सो आई एम गोइंग टू सब्ट्रैक्ट दैट. And that will give us our funds for equity shareholders. So we get 543,600. This is our funds for equity shareholders, which I will bring over here. 543,600. And let's divide it by 27,000, the number of shares. And we get our first value for our equity shares, which is 20.13. Okay, so this is the intrinsic value of share. Now, as I said, we have to go to the next one, which is yield value. So that will be our third step, yield value. And first we'll do based on dividend. So dividend basis, what is our formula when we are doing dividend basis? Value per share is equal to expected rate of dividend upon normal rate of dividend into paid up value per share, right? So हमारे पास दोनों भी rates directly नहीं दिए हैं. We have to calculate our expected rate also and we have to calculate our normal rate also. So I'll leave both of them blank just now. And paid up value per share from my balance sheet is 10 rupees. So into 10 hoga, whatever amount we get, divide by NRD and into 10. So our next step is calculating our expected rate of dividend. Now for the expected rate of dividend, what do you need? So we need profit available for dividend upon paid up equity capital into 100. Okay. So what is our profit available for dividend? Generally जो हमारा profit होता है उसमें से if we remove the preference dividend and if we remove any transfer to reserves, वो जो profit बचता है that becomes my profit available for dividend. But there is some calculation involved over here, so we'll have to do a note for that. Paid up equity capital I'll take from the balance sheet 2,70,000 and into 100. So we'll have to do our next note for profit available for dividend. So I'll need space for that. First take this much down and then we'll go ahead with the sum. So let's go to our profit available for dividend which we want to calculate. So that's our third step here. Now profit available for dividend, we start with the given profit again. So जो हमें profit before tax दिया था, I'll take that. So we had that in our sum 153,600. Now जब हमने goodwill value किया था, at that time we removed the non-trading income from this profit. But when we are valuing shares, trading, non-trading, दोनों भी income इसमें included ही होनी चाहिए, which is already included. So I will directly go to subtracting my tax. So minus tax at 50%. Let's calculate 50% of the profit. 76,800 will be the tax. And the profit after tax will also be 76,800. So this is our profit after tax. But this full profit is not for our equity shareholders. जब हम इक्विटी शेयर होल्डर्स को डिविडेंड देंगे उससे पहले हमें प्रेफरेंस शेयर होल्डर्स को डिविडेंड देना होगा. सो माइनस आर प्रेफरेंस डिविडेंड Our preference capital is 90,000 and the rate of preference dividend is 5%. So into 5%. 4,500 is our preference dividend. So let's subtract that from our profit after tax. We get 72,300. Now this is the final profit available, but if there is a transfer to reserve जो कि इस sum में दिया है, then I have to subtract the transfer to general reserve from this. So minus transfer to general reserve, and the transfer is given in an amount 15,000 every year. So इसमें से हम 15,000 निकाल देंगे. So we get our final profit available for dividend. Means after paying preference dividend, after transferring whatever I have to my reserve, जो भी profit बचेगा, I can use that to pay to my equity shareholders. So this is profit for dividend. And this I will take over here in our working. So 57,300 is our profit available for dividend. Let's divide it by the paid up capital 2,70,000 and into 100 we get 21.22%. Okay. So this is going to be used in our this formula. यहाँ पे ये हमें आ गया expected rate of dividend which I will use over here. So one part I have got ERD मिल गया है. Normal rate of dividend generally sum में directly दे देते हैं. But in this sum they have not directly given us this rate. So that also we will calculate. So our next working will be for normal rate of dividend. So working number 4. Normal rate of dividend. अब इसके लिए हम क्या यूज करेंगे? We have adjustment number F. Dividend at 10% is declared by similar companies where market value is 102 per share, face value is 100. So that means dividend paid is how much? Dividend is always calculated on your face value. So 100 into 10%. So that is 10 rupees dividend per share. And I will compare that with my market value given. दूसरी कंपनीज के शेयर्स की मार्केट वैल्यू है 102. So therefore, my normal rate of dividend, which is NRD, is 10 upon 102 into 100. If you remember, जब हमने formula लिखे थे, I had told you that generally we compare the dividend paid by a company against the market value to get what is the actual rate of dividend which the shareholders are earning on the shares. Okay. So let's calculate this. 10 divided by 102 into 100. We get 9.80%. So let's take this 9.80 to our formula over here. Let's calculate our value per share. 21.22 divided by 9.80 into 10. So we get our next value, which is yield value based on dividends, 21.65. So हमारी पहली वैल्यू इंट्रिंसिक वैल्यू जो हमें आई थी that was 20.13. This is 21.65. So this is my second value. I still have to go for a third value, and which is yield value based on earnings. Here, what is our formula for value per share? It is similar to dividend. Only a few words are different. So यहाँ पर we call it ERD, expected rate of dividend, but here we call it ERR, expected rate of return upon normal rate of return into paid up value per share. So again ERR हमें calculate करना पड़ेगा. NRR has been given to us. So adjustment number D, जो NRR हमने goodwill में use किया था, वही same NRR we'll use over here also. So it is 9%. So upon 9 and paid up value doesn't change, it is 10. So now what I need is my ERR, that is expected rate of return. So what is the formula for expected rate of return? Here we have profits after tax and preference dividend upon paid up equity capital into 100. Basically, difference between your dividend profit and your ERR profit is that यहाँ पर हम जो transfer है reserve को वो minus नहीं करेंगे. Okay? So profits after tax and preference dividend I already have over here. ये जो हमारा profit है 72,300, ये reserve के पहले का profit है. This is after tax and this is after preference dividend. So I can directly use this profit over here. 72,300. Paid up equity capital is the same, 2,70,000 into 100. Let's calculate that. 72,300 divided by 2,70,000 into 100. We get 26.78%. That is what we wanted over here. ERR चाहिए था. So let's write that over here, 26.78, and now let's calculate. Divide by 9 into 10. We get our third value, which is 29.76. So now we have our three values. The first value we got was 20.13. Second value we got over here 21.65 और हमें third value मिली है 29.76. So now I finally find my fair value. So fair value is nothing but the average of all the three values. So I start with the first one जो हमें intrinsic value मिली थी, plus I take my yield value dividend basis 21.65 and plus my yield value based on earnings 29.76, and this will be divided by 3. Generally हम इसे divide करते हैं by 2 fair value में, but there I am taking only 2 values, that's why I divide by 2. यहाँ पे हमने 3 values ली हैं, so I am going to divide by 3. So let's calculate that, and that will give us our final answer for the sum. Divided by 3, we get our fair value as 23.85, and that is our final answer for the sum. So the value of share based on all the three values taken together is 23.85. Take this down and then we'll go ahead. So let's read question number 18 for homework, which is going to be the last sum of this topic. I'm going to show you some workings for this sum which are going to be different. So first let's read the sum and then I'll tell you what has to be done for certain adjustments. Amex Limited presents the following balance sheet as on 31st March 2019 and requests you to value the fully paid up and partly paid up shares by intrinsic value method. So they've given us a balance sheet, liability and assets. Liability side we have equity shares and उसमें calls in arrears minus किया है. Even preference shares पे calls in arrears has been subtracted. Reserves and surplus is given, bank loan and current liabilities. On the asset side we have goodwill. So already एक existing goodwill है balance sheet में. Let's see if we have to revalue the goodwill. Land, machinery, furniture, motor car, investments, stock, debtors, cash bank and preliminary expenses. Following information is given. All fixed assets excluding goodwill are worth 30% above the book value. What does this mean? हम जब capital employed करेंगे for goodwill and even for our funds for equity shareholders जो intrinsic value के लिए हमें लगेगा amount, for that when we will be making the list of assets, जो भी हमारे fixed assets है goodwill छोड़ के. So let's see in our balance sheet what is the fixed assets. We have land, machinery, furniture and motor car. These are our fixed assets. So इन चार assets का जो भी value दिया है balance sheet में, we will add 30% to that. Okay, so that is one thing which was different over here. Stock is overvalued by 5,000. Now what does that mean? जो stock दिया है हमें balance sheet में, it is 55,000. When they say that जो stock का value है वो overvalued है, means 5,000 से already हमने ज़्यादा बता दिया है balance sheet में. So I am going to subtract 5,000 from my stock. So when I make my list again, stock will be taken at 55 minus 5. That is 50,000. Hope you are making a note of all this because you will be doing this sum by yourself. I am just going to show you the workings which are different. Then they've said there is a bad debt of 1,000 not accounted above. So bad debts किस पे होता है? Debtors. So जो हमारा debtors का value दिया है 90,000, from that I will subtract 1,000. So 89,000 debtors I will take in my calculation. Then they've said all investments earn interest of 10%, but only 10% of the total investments are trade investments. Now this is one adjustment which I want to show you. So we have total investments. In the balance sheet, we have investments figure of 80,000. And they have said that some investments are trade investments and some are non-trade investments. So they have mentioned that 10% of the investments are trade. So 80,000 ka 10% is my trade investments. So 80,000 minus 8, my non-trade investments are 72,000. And they've also given us the interest. So जब हम goodwill value करेंगे and I will ignore my non-trading income. Non-trading income जो हम minus करेंगे, I will take that only on 72,000 and not on the full 80,000. So that is what you have to remember. Next, they have said non-trade investments were purchased on 1st April 2016. Now, how that is relevant, I'll just come to that in a little while. Let's read the next adjustment. During 2016-17, a purchase of machinery was wrongly debited as repairs and taken to P&L account. So, when I purchase machinery, वो जाना चाहिए balance sheet में, but by mistake, we have taken it to our P&L account. Depreciation at 10% is applicable to the machinery. So how we are going to adjust this, I'll tell you. Goodwill, Goodwill is to be valued at 2 years purchase of average profits for the past 4 years. So this we are going to use to value our goodwill, and they've simply said यहाँ पे super profits वगैरह कुछ नहीं है, simply 4 साल का average profit निकालना है and based on that multiply by 4 and you will get your goodwill. But for that profit we have to make some adjustment, and that's why I've made this table over here for the calculation of our average profits. So first we'll take down the given profits as we do usually. So in the given profits, we have 80,000 for the first year, 90,000 for the second year, we have 1,05,000 and we have 1,00,000. Now these are the profits given to us. And there is an adjustment, जो adjustment F हमने पढ़ा, that एक machinery जो हमने purchase किया था, we had wrongly taken it as repairs. So that was in this second year, 2016-17. Now, when I wrote it as repairs, means it's an expense. So मैंने कुछ ऐसा minus किया है profit में से जो मुझे minus नहीं करना चाहिए था. So that wrong entry I will add back. Purchase of machinery taken as repairs. The amount given is 10,000 and that I will add to my profit for 16-17. It will not affect any other profits. So after doing that, we'll do our revalued profits. This will become 1,00,000. These will remain the same. But जो हमने मशीनरी परचेज किया है उस पर डेप्रिसिएशन होना चाहिए था. Because I did not take it as machinery, I by mistake took it as repairs. तो उसका depreciation रह गया है, which I will have to charge in every year. So depreciation on above. So they've said the rate of depreciation is 10% and 10% of 10,000. इस साल में effect नहीं होगा because I purchased the machinery only after that. So this remains unaffected. 10,000 into 10% is 1,000 depreciation every year. I will have to subtract. Okay. So let's subtract that. So this will be 80. This will now be 99,000. This will be 1,04,000. And this will also be 99,000. अब इसके अलावा we have an adjustment for investment. जो यहाँ पे मैंने आपको बताया था that there is trade investment and there is non-trade. Non-trade investment का income I have to remove from my working. So profit में वो included नहीं होना चाहिए when I am valuing goodwill. So minus interest on non-trade investment. And non-trade is only 72,000 as I already showed you. Interest rate is given as 10%. But let's see if it is for all the years. They've said non-trade investments were purchased on 1st April 2016. So again, इसी साल से investments आए हैं. इस साल में there was no investment, so there was no income. So now 72,000 into 10% will be 7,200. So this I will subtract again from the 3 years. And once you have done that, you will get your adjusted profits. उसका average ले लो, उसको multiply by 4 करो. That becomes your goodwill. Add that goodwill to your other capital employed and then you can find your intrinsic value. वहाँ पर because there is calls in arrears, जो इक्विटी शेयर्स का कॉल्स इन एरियर्स है वो हम ऐड करेंगे. वीव डन दैट इन वन सम नोशनल कॉल्स करके जो हमने ऐड किया था. सो इक्विटी शेयर्स यू विल ऐड. प्रेफरेंस जो हम माइनस करते हैं दैट आई एम गोइंग टू सब्ट्रैक्ट डायरेक्टली 99,000 ओनली. प्रेफरेंस का कॉल्स इन एरियर्स कंप्लीटली इग्नोर करो. जो बाहर अमाउंट दिया है वही माइनस कर दो, एंड दैट विल गिव अस आवर फंड्स फॉर इक्विटी शेयर होल्डर्स divided by the number of shares, which you can calculate. 2 lakh divide by 10, 20,000 shares है, so divide करो, you will get your value of fully paid share, और उसमें से 2 rupees माइनस कर दो जो कि हमारा calls in arrears per share है, and that will give us the value of partly paid share. So hope you've understood this chapter well. Hope you are able to do this sum properly and keep on revising all the formulas and always follow the method which I have told you, that is go step by step. अगर goodwill भी है, shares भी है, तो do it part by part, और हर amount को जो जरूरी है वो amount next step में calculate करो and bring it up to the earlier step. So I wind up this chapter over here, we wind up this session over here, and keep on practicing this, especially the formulas in this chapter are very important. Thanks a lot, all the best.